Diana, this is a family of 7 who moved into what they thought was a safer neighborhood near I-94 and Whittier on the east side of Detroit. They'd only been there a couple of weeks. Then suddenly on Tuesday morning, while both mom and dad were at work, the 17-year-old made some frantic calls. Mom needed to come home because the 12-year-old was missing. Listen now to the mother as she got home to find her little girl walking away from an abandoned house just 2 doors away.
She come walking out of 2 doors down, out of the side of the house. Shirt dirty, all in the bag, a little tear on the side. And I'm like, where were you? And then I see 3 young teenagers coming off the side of the house as well. And she was like, just start crying. And I'm like, what's the matter? And she was like, I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. And I'm like, what's the matter? And then her dad was like, you tell me what's going on, you know. Then the guys like started walking away from where they were standing at. And she started telling us what happened. And I said, what, you know, shocked, like, what? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, and they told me not to tell because if I tell, that they would kill my brother. Then I came home and I called the police. I waited around for the police for maybe an hour. They never showed. I took her to receiving, and they done everything there. And then they called the police, and that's the first time I talked to the police, maybe 9 o'clock at night.
Why the decision to move?
I want to feel safe. I want her to feel safe.
Safety is the key right now because the family believes the suspects are still in that neighborhood. And yes, there are questions as to why police didn't show up on Tuesday when they got the call, when the suspects may have been just a half a block away and could have been swept up or at least questioned by police. And that's where we are at this hour, waiting for answers from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. Reporting downtown, Bill Proctor, Channel 7 Action News.
So, Bill, we have reached out to the police department, but at this point they have not been able to respond. It seems a simple question. Why not faster response to such a horrific crime?
Well, there is, in fact, a number of questions here, but the early explanation has to do, apparently, with a new process of investigation. Apparently, through the prosecutor's office, there's something called Teen Talk, where a special team of prosecutors has to talk to the teenaged victim in this case before the police department does. We don't know what that's all about. So far, we've been waiting for a number of answers, but the problem here is that these folks not only called when they found out there was a crime, but the very next day, one of the suspects appeared across the street from their home, apparently taunting the father in this case. And so they feel that it's clearly an unsafe situation. They needed to get out. They have as of tonight. The problem now is to what the next steps should be from both the police department and this prosecutor's office special unit.
Just an incredible story on so many different levels. Bill Proctor, I know you'll be following it for us. Thank you very much.